Hi gorgeous, and welcome to this week's masculine feminine energy forecast. Very good to see you. It's a beautiful crisp morning here in London, which have been few and far between recently, so it feels very clear. And I want to share that the very heavy, weighty, transformative energies of the past month or more, 4 to 6 weeks really, but really the past month, they are moving through. So I'm really hoping that you're feeling this clarity that's coming. If you're not quite feeling it yet, don't worry, it's on its way. Because there is serious clarity and speed. So if you feel like there have been setbacks, if you feel like life isn't quite going in your way, in how you want it, if you feel like, basically I felt as though it's like, it's that, what's that saying about well-made plans? You know, it's like all the plans kind of were going awry. It was a very fluxy period, and as I said, some very kind of like what I would call regressive energy. So it's like or retrograde, you know, so Mercury's been in retrograde. So when planets are in retrograde, it's like, it's a little bit like the energy's kind of like pulling away rather than moving forward, because that's what it's doing. But as is always useful to remember whilst you're in that recession, is that it is like a bow and arrow. And so it's like this energy is like pulling back, and that doesn't feel so great because you're like, why am I moving further away from my goal? What's going on here? But that's part of the process, because once you let go of that bow, the arrow just goes through. And this is where we're at now. We're at this kind of arrow time. And it's fast. You'll end up being much further forward than if you'd kind of gone at a steady pace. So this is one way to kind of understand the ins and outs of, and the back and forths of life. It's just that it's actually a way to speed up. When we feel like we're in a life or in a situation or an experience that we don't like and we don't want, everything has its balanced opposite. And so something beautiful and incredible and very new and powerful is being created in that moment. You just may not be experiencing it. And that's where faith comes in. That's where faith comes in, which I find so beautiful. Faith and grace. It's just, I will allow life to move me, you know, in faith. In faith, in life, you know. So I hope that you're now feeling kind of better, if you've been feeling those energies, because I've had a lot of very strange things go on with me, but then with a lot of people that I work with, and I'm working with quite a few people at the moment. So, you know, and that's always a pleasure and always a joy. I am doing my quick burst readings. What I quite like about the way I'm working now is it's very, very intuitive. In the process, not just in the work, but in the process. It's kind of like how things are working. So it's doing its own thing. I'm not really in control of it. It's not as simple as it seems, that you kind of book a reading and it happens. There's lots of different things that kind of come in, which I find fascinating. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing you if you've booked for this week. I know there's a few people that I might not have seen for a while. And something that I wanted to share that came into my mind just before I started recording was about busyness, and how
you really cannot live an intuitive life if you're filling your life with things. And we like to do that. We have a schedule, you know, that we create, you know, so that from the moment we wake up until the moment we go to bed, we're kind of busy and we have things to do. And then in between that, you know, we watch television. Or, you know, it's kind of like, or we basically do things to distract ourselves from life because we're tired. So, you know, I just got this kind of message that there's so many people that are just really missing out, because I was talking to a client yesterday and talking about how things get done. It was actually about how my nails got painted, because I really don't experience that I do anything. I didn't go, right, I just want to get my nails done, you know. I kind of have the thought, so maybe, you know, we are always creating, but you can't tell life what to do, you know. I might have an intention to go for a walk and get a coffee because I've got a few hours, and that's not what happens. I literally, you know, I might walk 20 minutes to my favourite coffee shop and then not want a coffee and just go walk straight right past and go somewhere else, and something else happens and I end up here. And then, you know, even to the fact that I tried to pick a colour, I ended up here in this, you know, kind of nail place. I tried to pick a colour, and the nail technician, I suppose is the name, basically just went, no, I like gold, and just got up and like chose it. It was like, no, you need this one, you know? So, and I'm like, okay, just kind of go with the flow. Even though I didn't really want to, because, you know, I won't go into that. But it's just, it really gave me this understanding that if you're filled with too many things to do and too many appointments and too many time constraints, you know, like I've got to go to this place and do this and that, you really miss out on the experience of being intuitive, of being just, you know, kind of totally free and things occurring. So I just wanted to share that because I feel like that's really important right now. For people that want to achieve, it's like if you want to achieve something in terms of living in love, if you have someone, if you have a twin flame connection, or you have something, you know, what I really, really want to get through to people more than anything is that this is about being who you are. And you can't find out who you are if you don't connect to you in the moment. And if your life is full with so many things, you can't do that. So I had the thought, I'm gonna have to just put a little message on this, or reading begins now. So, because people might not want to watch this, or even, you know, on YouTube, people might feel like this isn't useful, this isn't what I want. I just want to know what's, you know, tell me what's going on. I don't care about what you've got to say, but this is part of it. It's like if you're not following your intuition, if you're not in tune with who you are, you're going to miss that opportunity to make that call, or turn up in that place, or be in the right place to meet the people that love you, the people that are connected to your soul. All this stuff is so important. So that's why I feel like it's like a new thing where I'm kind of sharing this, because there are themes that go on throughout the week that I think are valid. And yeah, so this is why I'm kind of extending it out a bit. I mean, amazing. Bottom of the deck this week is the Star. And I want to say this to everyone. It really backs up what I was just saying, that we're moving out of this kind of heavier energy. Some people have been, I want to say lucky, but I actually don't feel like they were. It's like some people didn't experience anything too heavy or anything, you know, and it actually is that, there's nothing right or wrong. That's actually a smoother kind of experience, I suppose. It was like a smoother trajectory. But I have to say, sometimes there can be, really, the truth is, there's more learning in experiencing things going wrong and then them going right than things just kind of being gradually getting better and better and better, you know, things seeming just kind of smooth. So many successful people within business have experienced huge failure.
it's so powerful because it really just teaches you so much, and that in lots of obvious ways, you know. And so for those that have been feeling as though recently it's been difficult, challenging, very strange things going on that they don't really understanding, things coming out of left field like illnesses or, you know, lots of things in lots of different ways, physically, emotionally, practically, spiritually. It's all over is what I want to say. Like it's all over, and this really is a big opportunity now for you to focus on what you want. And I really, really hope that you're feeling this, because I can really feel this breakthrough. So it's saying there's a breakthrough, and there's a breakthrough into our dreams, and there's a breakthrough into a kind of utopian reality which we can have. You can live that dream. You can be in that. Some people call it like 5D or whatever the dimension is. You know, because it all exists. If you know it, if you can touch it, then it exists, the dream. But really, more than anything, what I want to give people is like, in this card, the figure is completely naked. You have to be, more than anything, who you are. What does that mean, who you are? It means that you're present in the moment, being. It's beingness. It's a very kind of, you know, well-known, understood aspect. But how you make your dreams come true is presence in your own life and in your own experience. And that means right now not filling your life up with too many things, because you're going to miss. It's just too difficult. It's too difficult to be who you are, to be free, really, for many, when they have so many different people, so many different faces to be. So it's like, oh, I'm this person for my mother, and I'm this person for my children, and I'm this person for my career, and I'm this person for like when I go to yoga, and I'm like this person when I'm meditating, and I'm this person when I'm on YouTube watching videos, and I'm this, you know, and it's like, which one is me? And really, freedom is that you just are, you know, who you are. And I do believe that intuition is the key to that, and communicating it, you know. The dream is yours completely. Whatever you want right now in this moment, this card is saying it's yours, it's done. I'm gifting this with you. If you're here now watching this and you have something that you want to make happen, this card is saying it's yours, it's done. And what I want to try and help you with is, how do you get there? How do you get to the experience of that if you're not? And it's that. It's just being who you are and being brave with that. It's not always easy when we've got into bad habits about hiding ourselves, and when, you know, society has a lot of ideas about who it wants us to be. And we have lots of ideas about who we think we should be. But anyway, the big message with that star card is, whatever you want, it's yours. And this has never come through before. If you're here, if you're looking at this, whatever your dream, it's true. It's true, and it's already come true. It's in the process of coming true. It is coming true right now in this moment. Right. Masculine, feminine, let's move. Hi, beautiful. So this week's reading, there is a huge shift for the masculine into what is his true love, and a huge amount of joy for the feminine. So buy me an espresso decaf in exchange for this reading. I appreciate it massively. Loads of love, and see you in a second.